Hi, I'm Chris, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite 100 movies. So, I've been wanting to make this movie for a while now. I had a top 100 list of movies on my phone for probably like 5 years now, and then once I saw 1,000 movies, that's why I wanted to make a top 100 list of movies, or make a video, and that was 2 years ago that happened. Well, I put it off, and now I've seen over 1,300 movies, and here it is, going to make a video of my top 100 favorite movies. Today, this is part 1, 100 through 51. Then I'll make a 50 through to my favorite movie of all time. These aren't the greatest. I don't find that a fun topic. These are my personal favorite. And this list is constantly changing. In a week, things will probably be shuffled over. Like, I don't constantly change it, but like things to be shuffled around in my head. Like, is my 90 that different from my 30 favorite movie? No, it isn't. That's what makes this so neat, because they're so close together. I love all these movies. And I want to make a video like this every few years or so to document the changes of what moves up, what moves down, what moves off, then maybe back on. I mean, I'm constantly seeing more and more and more movies. So things, like, eventually all the movies will probably be 5-star movies for me. I really only have like 30-ish 5-star movies. So the more movies I see, the more I even love even more. But let's get into it. Kind of. I'm going to do some honorable mentions. The honorable mentions are movies that used to be on my top 100 favorite of all time. So I've had this list for a while. There's probably even more, but these are 37 movies that used to be on the list. Some may have been on 4 years ago. Some I just got rid of today and added other things on. So here we go. Movies that used to be on my favorite list is A Beautiful Mind, Raising Arizona, Pleasantville, Lars and the Real Girl, John Wick, Kill Bill, Pursuit of Happiness, Help, Vampire's Kiss, Avengers Endgame, Ratatouille, Me, Earl and the Dying Girl, which is a great Pittsburgh movie, Catch Me If You Can, Silence, Enemy State, Green Mile, Game Night, Princess Bride, Casino, Baby Driver, Misery, The Platform, Old Boy, 7 Pounds, Creep, Stand By Me, Gone Baby Gone, 8mm, Inside Man, Zombieland, Donnie Darko, Machinist, The Visit, Kick-Ass, Die Hard, and Beverly Hills Cop. Boom. Those are movies that used to be on the list. Now, the top 100. What is at spot 100, you ask? It is Martin Scorsese's After Hours. This is a great Scorsese movie. I saw this 2 years ago when I was trying to watch all Scorsese's movies before Killers of the Flower Moon. And this is probably his movie that's, you could say, probably the most different from his other stuff. It's definitely his most comedic. It just follows Griffin Dunn in the night in New York City trying to get back to his apartment. All these goofy, weird things are happening. I wish Scorsese makes something, maybe not like this, but just something totally unexpected again. After Hours, great movie. All right, number 99, Danny Boyle's 28 Days Later. Definitely my favorite zombie movie. Zombieland, not on the list. Used to be. 28 Days Later, great movie. I love the cast in this movie and the characters and just how they interact with each other in this true survival story. And I love the beginning, the opening, how London, it just looks completely abandoned. And they shot it, I guess, like in the wee hours of the morning, right when the sun was rising. So impressive how they shot it. Some of my favorite shots in cinema of London like that, and Cillian Murphy just walking, a garbage bag of things flying around. Great movie, 28 Days Later. Next movie, can't say it. I'll talk about it though. Great movie. This is the movie that my opinions changed on the most from the first time I watched it to the second time I watched it. The first time I watched it, when I was in high school, I didn't care for it that much. I knew what the twist was going into it. That's not good. I didn't care for it too much. I really don't remember exactly all that why, but I knew it was a movie I had to go back and watch eventually. So about 2 years after that, freshman year of college, I watched with my roommates. I was like, yeah, I was wrong. Loved it. Great movie. Fight Club. There we go. Oh, I said it. Number 97, A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own, great sports movie. Takes place in World War II, the Women's Sports League. Gina Davis is in the league. Madonna gives a great performance. Rosie O'Donnell, they're great supporting performances. The thing I don't like about the movie is Bill Pullman is Gina Davis's husband. He's in World War II, comes back from war. The team is in the playoffs, and Gina Davis, her husband, comes home. She leaves in the middle of the playoffs to go with her husband to go back home. Why? Both of them are stupid. Why wouldn't I get things were different back then? Why wouldn't you want to watch your wife in the playoff game? We got home for we got home to do. It's gonna be a few days. Go watch your wife. Okay. Anyways, League of Their Own. Good one. Next one. I picked up a Kaiser blade. Most people call it a sling blade. Sling Blade. Written, directed, starred Billy Bob Thornton. Write and direct more movies, Billy Bob. Great movie about this mentally handicapped guy. Kills his mom and her lover when he was a child. So then the movie starts, he gets out of the mental institution. He meets this boy, grows a friendship with him. Great movie. J.T. Walsh plays a mental patient. He's great. He will be on the list soon here enough. Again, Sling Blade. There we go. Number 95, Blood Diamond. Great movie from the mid-2000s with Leonardo DiCaprio, where he is a diamond smuggler, and a lot of it's takes place in Sierra Leone during the Sierra Leone Civil War. I think they're in Liberia a little bit as well, and it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a great blend because it shows the horrors of humanity and of war during the Civil War, and of also the diamond trade and the mining for and the horrible things that go on with that. But then it also has this adventureness to it, like a little Indiana Jones, this classic adventure movie isms to it at times, and it really blends it really well. And that's Blood Diamond. Go check it out. John Hantu, great in it. Let's see, number 94, The Apartment, the oldest movie on this list, starring Jack Lemmon. Great movie. He plays a guy who works in this office building, I'm pretty sure in New York City, and to rise up in the company, he starts giving his keys to his boss, and it starts going to more people so they can use his apartment to have affairs in. Great movie. It's really shot really well. That's the oldest movie on my list. I think it's from 1960 or 61. Won Best Picture. Won only 2 movies from the 60s on the list. Great movie. There we go. Number 93, The Fast and the Furious. Probably one of the movies I was most surprised by when I first watched it. I first watched it 3 years ago. I never saw any of the Fast and Furious movies. Actually, I did see Tokyo Drift when I was way younger, but I wanted to watch the Fast and Furious movies. Watched the first one. I was blown away. It was much more of I didn't realize there was like heist and crime in it. That was great. There's about halfway through, so unexpected, there's this twist. You figure out the identity of one of the characters. I was blown away. I was like, oh, okay, Fast and Furious. Great action in it. I just love to look at it. And then you watch other ones and it's just, not even the second one captured anything close to that first one. First one's 4.5 stars for me. I've only seen up through the 5. The next close-up, maybe one of them's 3.5 stars for me. First one's by far the best. All right, number 92, Speed. Great Keanu movie, Sandra Bullock. The bus can't go slower than something, how many miles an hour? Great movie, Dennis Hopper. Great menacing villain. Yeah, Speed, check it out. Great action. Number 91, directed by Danny Boyle, written by Alex Garland. Sunshine. I watched it for the first time earlier this summer, or this year, 6 months ago, whatever. Great movie about these, what I believe is the sun, I forget the exact setup. Is the sun dying? The sun's dying. These scientists are in the spaceship. They're going, I think they're trying to revitalize the sun. Anyways, they have to go to the sun, towards the sun. This is one of the most well-shot movies I've ever seen. This movie is beautiful. It's a great blend of probably some best CGI I've ever seen because it knows how to use the CGI and practical and blend together so well. Great cast, Cillian Murphy, Chris Evans, tons of others. And this movie is interesting because it's kind of, the beginning it's like sci-fi, and it gets like a bit like horror-ish, and then a bit more actiony. And the thing with this movie kind of doesn't fall apart for me. It makes some decisions in the third act I don't love. It's like, but Sunshine, fantastic. All right, number 90. Harry Potter. Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows, Part 2. My favorite of the Harry Potter movies by far, because it just wraps it all up. Actually, it's the second Harry Potter movie I ever saw. Saw it with my friends when it came out. They were going to see it the next day. And they invited me to come along. So the night before, I watched the first one with them. I remember in the car ride there, my one friend's mom was filling me in on the Horcruxes and all this stuff. And I was like, third grade, I think. I'm like, okay. And I loved it then, even though I probably didn't know what ton was going on. Then watched all the movies with my mom. Loved it. Read the book. Still loved it. Deathly Hallows Part 2. All right. Only Harry Potter movie on the list. Number 89. Time for some mockumentaries. Best in Show. Great mockumentary about a Best in Show dog competition. This movie has so many wacky characters and just captures these odd-eccentric people so well. So the last part of the movie is just like the dog show, and that's when it kind of tails off for me. It's like I wouldn't say it drags necessarily, but it's like I love it when we have these cuts to like the confessionals or just like these people doing these, trying to get through these odd situations. Best in Show. Check it out. All right. Number 88, A Few Good Men. I want the truth. All right. Other J.T. Walsh. Fantastic in it. Demi Moore. Great performance. I was very surprised by her performance. She is in this. She is great. Great courtroom movie. Yeah, check it out. A Few Good Men. Well, you probably have checked it out because it's A Few Good Men. But yeah. I thought I had this movie. Number 87, Toy Story 3. One of 3 animated movies on this list. Probably the movie I saw earliest, or like the movie I saw longest ago for the first time. Toy Story 3. I think I saw it in the theaters with some of my family, my aunt, grandparents. Great movie. It's great characters. The villain Lotso is fantastic. There's like kind of like the Gestapo in it. It's like a prison break movie. Probably my favorite prison break movie because they don't know they're in a prison at first. That's kind of like the cool part of it. Speaking of prison break movies, forgot to mention The Rock on honorable mentions. Great movie, The Rock. Anyways, Toy Story 3. Here we go. Number 86, Lincoln. Why I love Lincoln is because I don't love biopics. Because sometimes I feel like they try and stretch, there's so much, and they try and put it in one movie, and sometimes they don't even like tell a story. It's just telling about someone's life. Lincoln really isn't a biopic. It takes place around a month, and I believe in 65, in the winter, I think of 65, trying to pass some of these bills to end the Civil War and end slavery. And I forget all the 3 bills I think they're trying to pass. I forgot all the politics behind it. But just all the politics, people trying to work together, how them trying to get each other's votes. Great movie, Lincoln. I was like, watching on President's Day a few years ago. Really liked it way more than I thought it would. Number 85. The Godfather. What can I say? I just love it's a rise of this guy who doesn't want to be part of the mob. His rise into being the Godfather. Al Pacino, one of my favorite actors. Fantastic in this. I watched this, I think 3 years ago. I was, obviously it was like, gotta watch The Godfather. It's like daunting. The Godfather, real long movie, regarded as one of the best, maybe the best since the 70s. And sometimes for older movies, like, oh, you go with high expectations or like the Reviewer's classics. Maybe sometimes as a modern 23-year-old, it's like, oh, sometimes I think some of these movies are slower. I can appreciate it when I like it, or I just like don't like them. So it's like, oh, I hope I like it, but who knows? Or I hope I love it, but who knows? I loved it. I really did. But so then my expectations were so high for The Godfather Part 2. It's like, well, if I like one, if I love one, I'll probably love two. No, I don't get why it's so revered as Part 1. The story's nowhere near as good. The acting's great in Part 2. Part 1 is far superior to Part 2. I watched Part 3 for the first time last week. It's good, but Part 1 blows the first. Godfather 1 blows 2 and 3 out of the water. 2's not even close. Come at me. Number 84, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. One of my favorite comedies. Great mix of some raunch, heart, fun characters, quirkiness too. I love Bill Hader, still kind of weird, weirdisms in it. Him like on his computer, the Skype weird backgrounds. And I love the Dracula play. That stuff's up my alley. I know my mom watched part of it once. She's like, yeah, Christopher, I thought you would like that weird Dracula stuff. Yes, I do. Number 83. Another great Pittsburgh movie, Perks of Being a Wallflower. Great high school movie, great Pittsburgh movie, great reveals at the end. The movie was actually the house where the main character lives in. The house that's filmed in. My mom worked with the woman whose house that was. I think she's trying to sell her house. So the movie was looking for a house, and the movie used the house. I think the studio, I don't know who made the movie, I think rented it for them or paid for them to live in a hotel for that time. Yeah, pretty cool. The woman, her son, the one who my mom works with, her son was a Harry Potter fan and had the Harry Potter books, I guess, like in his bedroom or in the basement somewhere. And when the movie was done filming, I guess it might be even years later, he looked through the books and saw that Emma Watson signed the books. So that's pretty cool. Number 82. Collateral. There we go. My favorite Tom Cruise performance. I wish he played a villain more often. Yeah. Number 81. Snowpiercer. Chris Evans is great. This is why it's like, Chris Evans, do more stuff like this. I love him in some roles. Yeah, great movie of this apocalyptic Ice Age-ish future where they're on this train. The train keeps on going around the world. And Chris Evans kind of leading this revolution, whatever you want to call it. And great movie. I've seen some theories that this is it's a sequel to Willy Wonka. There's some fun videos out there about it. Willy Wonka. Both of them. I love the remake as well. Honorable mentions. Used to be on my list. All right. Number 80. 50-50. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, Anna Kendrick. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a guy in his 20s, and I think they're around Seattle, maybe Portland, I think Seattle, who gets diagnosed with cancer, and he has a 50-50 shot of living. Great movie about friendship, some romance in there, but more I love the friendship in it. And what I forgot to say, just movies in general, I love when movies use a setting or acknowledge their setting. Sling Blade, you get a bit of Sling, Arkansas, 50-50, you get a bit of Seattle in it. I don't love when movies are just like, a lot of movies are LA or New York, which Chicago even, but some movies like, yeah, I guess you're just kind of meant to believe maybe it's somewhere in New York or whatever. Give me movies with setting, man. That's one of my Pittsburgh movies. Yeah. Number 79, Apollo 10.5, A Space-Age Childhood. This is, actually, there's 4 animated movies on this list. This is a movie by Richard Linklater, which is kind of based off of his life growing up in Houston in the 60s and during like the space race. And this movie it also then has like his imagination of he went to space. And that's part of the movie I don't love as much. I just love him kind of like growing up in the 60s and all this. It just jumps to different aspects of life. And it's real nostalgic for a time I wasn't alive for. I just soak in with nostalgia. I love it. I want to watch my parents. They don't like anime movies. My dad doesn't like anime movies. Like, Dad, I think you would like this. Never have. Hopefully one day we'll watch it. What we have here. Number 78. 78. A Dead Poet Society. Robin Williams is a great inspirational movie. Hard-hitting moments. Really sad. Tugs at you. I love Ethan Hawke. I don't know if there's a hot take or not, but I don't think 90s Ethan Hawke is necessarily, or mid-90s Ethan Hawke is always great. I think there's great Ethan Hawke movies coming up on this list, at least one. This, I don't think he's the best in. I think he becomes not that he's bad, he just became a so much better actor. Anyways, that's that. Number 77. We're going to a new page here. Promising Young Woman from 2020. Barely any 20 movies from the 2020s on my list. But Promising Young Woman, Best Picture nominee. Carey Mulligan plays this woman who pretends to be wasted at bars, so then men kind of lure her in, and once they start to get, not necessarily rape, or I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube. That word, or just a little creepy, sexual assaulty. She goes boom, and then she ties up some guy and like, or just to teach him a lesson. I think she kind of nothing. Well, she is crazy, but not like psychopath. Well, maybe you say I wouldn't say psychopathic at the start, but then a interesting plot develops. Yeah, good movie. Alfred Molina in it. Yeah, Promising Young Woman. Number 76. Edward Scissorhands. Johnny Depp just escapes into it. Great movie. I just love the suburban look to it. It's just, and then there's not in a way a weird underbelly, but it's like suburbia, and then it's like ooh, all the gossip and all that. Yeah, love it. Edward Scissorhands. Boom. Number 75. Minority Report. One of my favorite Spielberg movies. This movie, my mom bought 10 plus years ago. And I was always, I should watch this sometime. Probably, maybe even 15, well, probably not that long ago. But over 10 years ago, well over 10 years ago. And it was sitting there for years, never watched it. My dad and I put on one day. I was probably like in 8th grade or so. The beginning was like creeping me out. I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm going to go to bed. And then the plot really got going. The political thrillerness, action of it all. I loved Minority. I was blown away by it. Love it. Minority Report. Number 74. A movie from this year. On my list, only one movie from this year in my top 100. This year's Zach Cregger's Weapons. Great horror movie. I was looking forward to this. The concept was so intriguing to me, where these kids just disappear. All the kids, 20-some kids in one classroom, 4th grade, I think, classroom, disappear one night. And the poster, of them like running weirdly like that. And I was like, who knows what I'll develop into? It's like, how does that happen? I was so intrigued from the beginning. Like, who knows if it'll be that satisfying? Fantastic movie. One of my favorite theater experiences. The theater was packed. A lot of great scares and shocks. Great theater experience. Weapons. Love it. Here we go. And that is a one-time watch. There's some movies I'll distinguish here that I've only seen like one time, or some movies, like Minority Report, I'll consider like fundamental in the growing of my love for movies. Number 74, watches for the first time this summer. Best Picture winner, Ordinary People. Fantastic movie about a boy who played by Timothy Hutton, who the movie starts out, he gets released from a mental hospital because he previously had tried to commit suicide. Part of that was because his brother died in a sailboat accident that he felt real guilty about. comes home from the mental hospital after committing suicide and dealing with his parents. His mom, played by Mary Tyler Moore, is kind of a real cold woman. I've never seen Mary Tyler Moore shows. This may be the only thing I've actually ever seen her in. But fantastic movie. I think you're insane if you think Raging Bull should have won Best Picture over this. That's like I think it's a hot take. That's probably the most common movie that people say, Raging Bull should have won Picture over Ordinary People. No, this rightfully won Best Picture. Raging Bull, get out of here. Ordinary People, here we go. Good Chicago, uses setting, Chicago movie. Number 72, Nightcrawler. Lou Bloom. Just a guy's descent pretty much into madness. And about this odd job career we really don't think about of photographers who take pictures of, not necessarily crime scenes, but just news, things that are going to be on the news. And they get like pictures first, sell them to the networks. Real interesting stuff there. Nightcrawler. Number 71, 16 Candles. This is my John Hughes 3-pack, but 16 Candles. Great high school movie. There's some things that age weirdly in it, but overall, great movie. Like the characters. And what I love about it's like the more nerdy, geeky guy and the cool guy they just don't trap him in there like normal bad writing stereotypes. They develop them more. They're actual characters. That's what John Hughes is so good at, is having like your stereotypes, especially something in Breakfast Club, and then really like fleshing out the characters. And I think he does it in a way the best in 16 Candles. But I love how the geek and the cool guy develop this friendship. 16 Candles. There we go. Number 70. Napoleon, you're just upset because I was online all day chatting with the babes. Napoleon Dynamite, great movie. I first watched this when my brother got his wisdom teeth taken out. I think I was in 7th or 8th grade. It's like, this thing? Heck yeah. Napoleon Dynamite. There we go. Number 69, Crazy Stupid Love. Ryan Gosling, one of my favorite actors. Great movie of him and Steve Carell is getting separated, at least I think at the beginning of the movie, trying to get in the dating scene, meets Ryan Gosling, helps him out. Great other weird side plots going on in the movie. And then some unexpected things happen. Great movie. That was Crazy Stupid Love. Number 68, Beetlejuice. Great movie. A lot of Alec Baldwin in this. I think like I watched this probably when I was in middle school or high school. I knew like Alec Baldwin, the act or celebrity, whatever you want to quantify him. I was like, oh, he looks so different in this. He like had different mannerisms back then. Yeah, but Beetlejuice, great. Number 67. Only watched this movie one time. Wind River. Great crime movie. Had some sadness in it too of Jeremy Renner's guy in Wyoming and his daughter goes missing, and which Olsen's sister? I think Elizabeth Olsen is the FBI and they investigating this case. Great movie. Also first time watch. The Cable Guy. Great movie. One of Jim Carrey's best performances. There'll be more of his performance on here, don't you worry. Jim Carrey, great dark comedy of him being this creepy cable guy. Yeah, wonderful. What can I say? That was Cable Guy. Number 65, The Faculty. Great horror movie, written by, I'm going to mess up his name, Kevin Williamson. Same guy who wrote Scream, wrote this a year or two later, a few years later, 2 years later maybe. This movie's still high school movie like Scream because more in the sci-fi alien type stuff of this alien is infecting the faculty and then the school, and they don't know who hasn't been infected yet, who hasn't. What this movie's good at, just like John Hughes movies, of having your classic high school stereotypes, but then fleshing them out and mixing them up. Great movie. No, I'm blanking on the actor's name. Elijah Wood, great in it. Josh Hartnett, fantastic in it. Give him a he should have gotten on there for a freaking supporting actor in this thing. He's awesome in this. Great movie, The Faculty. All right, number 64, Field of Dreams. Great sports movie because it's coded in the love of sports. But it's such an unconventional sports movie because it's not like about a team or anything. Just this guy in this love of baseball and gets all wrapped up into it. Field of Dreams. The Cost Man. Number 63, A Midnight in Paris. A Woody Allen movie starring Owen Wilson. And him and his fiance, I think, at the beginning of the movie, or when the movie starts out, I think they're engaged. Maybe just dating. Yeah, they're engaged, I think. Rachel McAdams. They're in Paris. And then what happens, he goes to the street, and at midnight, it turns back. I think he's in the 20s or 30s in Paris, and meets all these authors. He's a writer. You get to see all these authors. Hemingway, I forget some of the other ones. Fantastic movie. When I first watched this, I liked it. But then it grew on me the more I thought about it, watched it again. Loved it. And the second time I watched it, in the meantime, I've watched, this year, started watching more Woody Allen movies and ones he's stars in, or has big roles in. And you really see, he in a way, Woody Allen kind of wrote the character, not wrote for himself, but he's just, like if he made this movie 20 years ago, Woody Allen would have played the main character. But Owen Wilson's playing like this version of Woody Allen. It works. That made me appreciate it so much more. There are some weird things of like, weird cheating things in him that Woody Allen always has his movie and doesn't seem to maybe, like, the character's doing it wrong, but I was like, does he think it's that wrong to cheat? Yeah, okay. That's my man. Well, he's not my man. Woody Allen's not my man. All right. Next movie, Moneyball. Other great sports movie. Just about this great story. I have the book. I haven't read it yet. But based on a true story, Billy Beane, not a huge baseball guy before I know, he revolutionized baseball. Him and Jonah Hill's character, I forget his name, but really this more statistical approach and looking at these weird stats and getting washed guys or putting them in different positions or finding weird stats about certain players so they think they can use them in certain ways. Great story. In a way, it doesn't even show a lot about baseball, and Billy Beane seemed like an interesting guy. Great movie. Moneyball. Number 61, Boogie Nights. A movie I didn't think I necessarily like. I thought it would just maybe be like glorifying the porn industry. But PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson, director, writer, is fantastic because he does not, true filmmakers do not tell you how to feel. They make a movie and they present things in it that can make you feel one way, but all different ways about it. They let you think about these characters or porn, however you want. I would say it's definitely more negative than positive, which is not what I would have thought. But some people might think differently from certain aspects of it. Great movie, Boogie Nights. All right. What is next? Number 60. I've seen this one time. Steven Spielberg's Munich, starring Eric Bana. Great movie after, I don't know what year, 70, 80, late 70s, 80s. During the hostage, I'm getting all these details wrong. During the Munich Olympics, yes, there were Israelis who were held hostage. Yeah. Anyways, this is about Israeli government afterwards trying to hunt down these guys. They assembled this team, but it's very top secret. Not a lot of people know this team's assembled to try and take down the terrorists who did this kidnapping. It's a great movie, a study really on it's real brutal and gritty of like vengeance. And this vengeance, is it really worth it? Munich, great movie. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. Number 59. Not top of 4. I don't know how many 4 movies I have on here actually. Maybe 5, probably not 10. Cinema Paradiso. Great movie about the love affair of this boy in Italy goes to the theater, starts helping out the projectionist. He then has to take over at one point, and he's just this little kid. The kid, no, fantastic actor. He might be like 8 years old. He looks even younger than that. Fantastic. The second half of the movie, or maybe the last third, when the boy gets older in high school to then older than that, the actor I don't think is that great, and the movie's not as great then. That's what keeps Cinema Paradiso from being higher. But just the love of film in that, like, palpable. Number 58. I first watched this movie when I was in 10th grade. Key movie in my building my love of cinema. It was one of my favorite movies in high school. I still love it. It's just seeing more things. It does drop. I still love it. The Matrix. It just blew me away when I first watched it. Fantastic. Great action. Great sci-fi. Knows how to use Keanu. There we go. All right. Number 57. Sideways. Great movie. Love Alexander Payne. What he does so well is why I love Alexander Payne's movies is because he has great at having characters, layered characters, or bad people who you can still root for, but really feel like just not complete psycho horror people. Maybe you could say about some people in these movies, but they're just so real. It's like, yeah, people like that do exist. You might know them, might be friends with them. You might be one of them. And they're still living life, man. Great movie. Hilarious. About these two guys on their Hayden Christian Church's bachelor trip. Paul Giamatti's his best friend. They're going golfing, meet these women. Somehow, Sandra Oh, Virginia Madsen, Thomas Hayden Church, I think we're all nominated for Oscars. Actually, I don't think Sandra Oh was. These two were. Somehow, Paul Giamatti wasn't. It's his best performance. I don't get how he was nominated for The Holdovers. But yet, he's much better in Sideways. Also, Alexander Payne movie. Much better in Sideways. Should have been nominated. Don't know how he wasn't. Number 56. My favorite movie of the 2020s, Challengers from 2024. Was Zendaya. Great movie of this tennis movie, great sports movie, but it's a different sports movie. How it's just this love triangle, essentially. And at first, when it's first advertised, I didn't think I like it because it's advertised first, it seemed like real, I don't know, just this like sex drama or whatever. That's at least how I interpreted it first. I was wrong because the marketing at first is just like this threesome, which actually they don't even have a threesome movie, but this threesome seems to happen. It's like, what is this movie? But great love triangle tennis movie, layered characters. That's what I love. Setting, I think they're at Stanford. Like, yeah, just don't be, we're at college. Nah, we're at that freaking actual school. That's what I love, man. All right. Number 55, Alexander Payne, once again, About Schmidt. Probably my favorite Jack Nicholson performance. He's more subdued in this in a way. And sometimes it's harder not that I don't always appreciate those. Sometimes it's more, big flash performance. Like, yeah, that's great acting. But great, more subdued. It's not even subdued the whole time. Great performance. About him, I don't want to dive too much spoilers, but a retired guy, just kind of, now what? The lostness of like, guy was retired. Great movie about Schmidt. Don't want these movies to fall that I've been showing you guys. All right, number 54, Gattaca. Great sci-fi crime movie from the late 90s where, let's see, the plot here, a little complicated. Takes place in the future, and they can, from when you're a baby, I think they look at people's genes, maybe even before birth, they try and breed, selective breeding, I guess you could say, and breed like the perfect human specimens, I guess. And the ones at birth, I think they can tell who's going to have these great features and not so great features. And from birth, they already know like what this person's got, kind of put them in these schools or this path. And if you have these genes, not so much. Ethan Hawke has some less desirable genes. I think he has some disability. But then, what does he switch, I believe, with Jude Law? I'm forgetting some of this plot. And tries to go to this better school and whatnot. But then there's crime happens. Great movie. I don't think Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman are great in this. Their chemistry, I don't think, is that great at all. And it's funny because they end up getting, I think, married, but at least they dated, had kids together. I don't think they're great in this, though. Ethan Hawke becomes a lot better actor later on. Jude Law, or I think even before this, he's had great performances, but not great in this. Jude Law, fantastic. My dad doesn't like sci-fi. Sci-fi's like, oh, sci-fi. I'm gonna watch this with him because, like, Dad, there's a great crime movie. I think you would like this. Did a real job of explaining it. I bet. Gattaca, great one. Number 53, animated movie. At one time, my favorite Wes Anderson movie, Isle of Dogs. Not nearly as much respect in this movie as I think it should have. Great movie, Isle of Dogs. This weird stop-motion animated movie about these dogs on this trash island. I think they're in Japan. Fun time. Isle of Dogs. Number 52, Scorsese's The Aviator. One of my favorite biopics. Leo is so great playing Howard Hughes. He's just soaked in this role. Cate Blanchett, fantastic in this movie. Some people, I feel like she got, I'm pretty sure she won, Best Supporting Actress, Cate Blanchett. Yeah, she won for it. I think well-deserved. Leo's great in this. I love the scene when he's like washing his hands, he's a germaphobe and touch one things. I can relate to that degree. Not extreme as Leo, but it's like, I get that. Over here, he's surrounded by all these germs and these napkins and weird things. It's like, he's a germaphobe living in this mess, but I get that because he doesn't want to deal with the mess because he's that much of a germaphobe. He'll live in it because he doesn't want to touch it. Great filmmaking. Yeah, Aviator. Number 51, last movie on this list, 10 Things I Hate About You. Great high school movie. What's based off of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. Heath Ledger, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Levitt wants to date this girl. You probably know the plot. Her dad won't let her date unless both sisters are dating, so he tries to pay people, therefore Heath Ledger, to date the one sister. So if she's dating, then Joseph Gordon-Levitt hopefully go on a date with the sister he wants to go on a date with. Great movie. 10 Things I Hate About You. And that is my 100 through 51. Hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Interact with it. Tell me your opinions below. Peace.